Yo, what's going on, gamers? And today I have a new kind of piece, kind of style that I've been working on. I started doing a little bit of animation, so I wanted to try something a little bit different. I've been having for the last week. I know you probably noticed I haven't uploaded in like 2 weeks. For the last little bit, I've honestly had a huge roadblock and just kind of brain fog. So I decided instead of doing portraits and full body stuff and practicing that, I wanted to try something a little bit different. So I tried my first attempt at making rain and also a flag animation. And I'll kind of discuss how I'm going along and doing that. So as you can see from my layers, I actually have two different things going on with this animation. So to make this rain animation kind of go, I have a loop. So as you can see, I have 24 different frames and a foreground and a background of kind of just where the rain is kind of going. As you can see, this is the background rain, and I have it kind of going a little bit to the left. So the wind's aiming a little bit to the left here. And what I'm doing is in this 24 frames, I am going about 7 to 8 pixels down each frame, making an entire loop and then making a splash animation on the ground. And the most important part of this is making sure that the rain is looping this whole thing. You do not want to add more frames as you go, or it looks really messy and distorted. It's not going to loop right. It's going to look really bad. So what you want to do is just find the amount of frames you want to do. You want to do 12 frames, great. You want to do 8, fantastic. You want to find that set amount of frames and then go down. You can pick whatever you can start wherever you want. As you can see, as I'm going, sometimes I'm starting at frame 1, 17, 24. It doesn't matter, as long as you loop the whole thing. You do not add any more frames as is, or it's going to look really bad. It's not going to look correct. So I'm doing this, and I'm making the background rain. I'm making the transparency about, like, let's say like 70 or 80 or maybe even 60. I forget exactly what I made. And I'm making the front rain, I'm making that like 100% or 90%, so that just to kind of add a little bit of contrast and show like the difference. You can even go a little bit step further in this and add in between these frames maybe some larger droplets that are just in some key frames and maybe really close to the camera or really behind. I'm just doing this for fun and kind of figuring out exactly what I need to do. So this is just my first attempt. Of course, it's not perfect, and I there's probably an easier method of doing this. This is just how I wanted to try it. This is my first time ever animating. So of course, if you have kind of comments to say to me, like, go ahead, write them down below. Let me know if I'm doing things like absurdly wrong, just terribly. But I mean, I think this was like an okay method. I didn't take a whole lot of time. I could definitely have made this a lot better, but I just wanted to do something basic just to kind of get the monotony out of the way, because honestly, just doing full body stuff has been kind of boring for me, and I just have no motivation to do it. So I just been doing other things. I've also been working on headshots a lot too. But as you can see right now, I'm just making a basic, very, very basic, just kind of background just to set the mood and just kind of show the rain actually like what it looks like. I think it looks pretty smooth in the end. You'll see it looping a few times just at the end of the video. So if you want to stick around for that, go for it. I also, while I made the rain, I also attempted to make kind of like a flag waving. I'll talk about that a little bit later once I start doing it, but that was really cool. But yeah, for the rain, again, I made a background and a front ground rain. I'm making lines, these horizontal, these vertical lines, to kind of give me an idea of where the rain's gonna go each drop. And then I'm counting down the lines. I'm counting like 8, then next frame 8 again, the next frame 8 again, like continuously going down until it reaches the bottom. And then I'm making a very basic splash animation, so it's always following those lines. That's why those lines are there. if you're confused by that. And then again, the front, the foreground and the background, where we have different transparencies, just to kind of add a little bit more detail in there. It's super basic. Now on to my flag. So how to make a like kind of like a waving flag is, I was looking around a little bit. I found the easiest way was making a sine wave. So this is my sine wave, and then from the sine wave, what I'm doing here is I'm moving it front and back, left and right a bit. I want to make about 8 frames ish, because then 8's gonna fit into my 24, 8, 16, 24. So I want to make about 8 frames of it moving left and right. And when you do it in the sine wave, it's gonna have a nice even effect. And to make a quick and easy sine wave, all you have to do is really take the curve tool on a sprite. You can take that and make a straight line, and then from the straight line you can go all the way up or all the way down in the middle of that straight line, and then it makes a nice curve for you. And then as you can see here, what I'm doing is I made kind of my animation already. I found where I want to put all the wave. I moved it left and right. As you see, I made like 8 different copies of it, and then moved it left and right until I made it a smooth animation. Now I'm using onion skin here to see my front and back layer, because I'm trying to add a flag here, some sort of texture, and it's really hard to keep the mask the same if you're not using onion skin. And all that does is just show you, again, your front and back frame. So that's what I did there. It's a really basic animation at the end of the day. It's not amazing. I don't really have any actual like detail in it. It's just kind of a very basic animation. And at the left side, it's kind of stuck to one place, so it's not very fluid. As you can see, when we play this at the end, you'll see that it's kind of stuck to the left a little bit, but that's okay. I wasn't going for anything crazy. I just wanted to kind of attempt it and just see how things work. It's really shown me how to do at least a few things, and then on my next attempt, if I want to do it again, I'll definitely try a bit harder on it. And also the rain, I kind of have an idea what I want to do. I want to make the splash animation a bit better on those rain droplets. And I found like I could probably be more efficient with how I'm doing the rain in general, because some of it kind of looked a little bit goofy. But I'll save that again for a different time. But anyways, that's basically what I did for this. Is super simple, but like these are just the basics. You can find a lot of this stuff too on like low spec. We're finding ways to actually do rain tutorials is really hard, so just kind of work away at it at your own pace and do your own thing. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please like and maybe subscribe if you want. Maybe comment down below. I'm actually going to be working on a new project here soon. I'm not sure if I'm going to announce it yet or not, because not sure if how much I'm going to pull through on it or not. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful day. Peace.